Hello, everybody. Welcome into game number two between the 8-seeded Toronto Raptors and the 25-seeded New York Knicks. So we have two teams who, unlike our first game, have been very active and have really reshaped their teams. You can even see from their starting lineups. For the Raptors, a big addition for them, two of them, is Jonas Valanciunas and Brandon Clark replacing Siakam, who they traded. Um, I've been on the camp that I think this has been a very good trade for the Raptors. They bring in a fan favorite in Jonas Valanciunas, a young player like Brandon Clark. I think this helps um, solidify them a bit. But they lost Lowry. Since Kawhi, they've lacked the star power, and this continues. They signed Devontae Graham as well. In the Kyle Lowry trade, they got Shake Milton, as well as Danny Green and George Hill. I don't know how much we'll see of those two additions. They were able to keep Gary Trent, and they drafted Jonathan Kuminga. So that is how they've done. For the Knicks, they brought back Rose. They brought in Melo. They drafted Sengun, traded up for him as a lottery pick. They traded for Kevin Love. They use this to take on some salary. So they got some draft picks, but they traded for Kevin Love, traded for Steven Adams and Drew Bledsoe. Not Drew. Hey, yeah, whatever. Bledsoe, Eric Bledsoe. Is that his name? Yeah, Drew Holiday, Eric Bledsoe, threw them together. Okay, anyway, uh, so they did buy out Adams, so he's not on their roster currently. They also signed Cantor to kind of be his replacement. So to start, we have something a little bit unique. Our insider Shams, he's done power rankings and stuff. He's decided to predict all these games. His prediction for this game, kind of his written out form, the Knicks are heading to Toronto to take on the Raptors, two teams that are defensive first. This should be a defensive battle, but in the end, the Knicks have better closing options late in games with Randall and Barrett, as opposed to the inefficient Van Fleet and Graham. So, with them, you have just a better high-end talent, which I would agree with. I mean, R.J. Barrett and Julius Randle, I would say, are better than the two best players for the Raptors in Van Fleet and Valanciunas. I do think he's underrating, Valanciunas especially, as an option on their team. I think it could be a little bit closer, but his score prediction for the game is the Knicks win 53 to 49. So a close battle. So we are going to go ahead and get right on into it. Um, as always, I am Steel Badker. I didn't introduce myself. Still here alone. We haven't tried anything crazy with the parties yet. Um, the winner of this game will play the winner of the Nets and Magic game coming up probably tomorrow. I'm hoping this game gets up tonight when I'm recording it on the 17th. Uh, so that's what I have. My brother texted me. I'm going to respond to that while we're in the intros. So I thought it was interesting, the next decision to start Sengun. I think it's wise for their future. But in this kind of setting, it was just an interesting start of Sengun, just because he's kind of lowly rated. Also, I guess I didn't mention this in the previous game because the only real rookie that played was JT Thor. But these ratings were just done by somebody who I found. They're not super overpowered. Kuminga's an 80, so that's a very nice rating for Kuminga. I think it's probably high, but it's just kind of what you have to do. You have to fix something. So that'll be interesting to see how much these rookies, if they do play too much, they play too little. I went through and the Knicks gave me a rotation. This is their rotation. I have been helping with Raptors, so I edited their rotation a little bit to kind of make a little bit more sense. Uh, but for the most part, the rotation for Raptors is CPU. As we are off here, Jonas wins the tip. So I'm hoping that they run a lot of pick and roll with Van Fleet and Jonas, two best players on their court. Oh, that's a good action to start for the Raptors as Graham gets us on the board here. Raptors are up 2-0. And then as for the Knicks, like Derrick Rose is their best pure scorer. I'd like to see a lot of that Julius Randle out top, kind of facilitating the action like he did during the regular season a lot. I think he can have a lot of success in this matchup here against Jonas on the perimeter, but I would not have attacked him in the post like that personally. I'm really hoping that Sengun plays well too. He's a good playmaker, a good inside scorer. I hope he can get on Clark a lot like he is now. They seem to have set their defense matchups like that. But that's just terrible rotation. Tibbs is not going to be happy about that. Um, it's two easy line drives there for Graham. Just too easy. A layup and a dunk. Got to pull up mid range for Derrick Rose. That's easy money all day. We can live with those. So I think if I were picking keys to win for the Raptors, it's just rebounding, right? You wanna dominate the boards. They have a team that could do it. They want to dominate the boards and just get good shots. As Jonas hits the fadeaway and misses. And then as for the Knicks, just keep hunting good shots, like especially RJ and Randall. Get these guys involved, get them active. I think if if Randall can score 15 plus in the 6 minute quarters, I think this is going to be a very good game for the Knicks. As Graham is just lighting it up. Holy, 7 points in a minute 30 already. That's maybe we're going to need a defensive rotation in for them. And Derrick Rose answers right back. I mean, this is just a battle of the guards right now. It's just Rose versus Graham. That's all it is right now. Graham gets it up top off screen Clark. Oh, I gotta hit him. There you go. Hey, we had somebody hit a pick and roll. If you watched the first game, I kept complaining about how nobody hit the roll man, and of all people, Devontae Graham is the first to hit a roll man. So there we go, and we have our first non-Derrick Rose Devontae Graham points. So Sengun up top kicks it to Rose. Rose driving in, probing the paint, jump shot, no good. Good defense by Graham. Van Fleet's pushing the court here. Oh. You miss Clark down low, get him contested layup. Good defense by Randall. He was way out of position, but he recovered well. Kick it up. There you go. There it is. That's who I was saying kick it up to. Ooh. Rose doesn't miss too many of those, that's for sure. Anunoby on the wing on Melo. This is kind of an interesting matchup because Melo's not necessarily known for his defense on that perimeter, but and Anunoby definitely is. But Anunoby definitely needs to take a step forward for this team this year if they're going to be serious contenders. Like Anunoby's going to need to cash in on that potential he's had. Ooh, I agree with Randall. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one at all. That looked pretty all right to me, but they don't pay me to be a ref, I guess. So what do I know? As you see, Cantor and Love are coming in. I wonder if Melo's going to be the first to sit, or if they're going to have Randall take a rotation out and let him play with the bench unit. Looks like Randall's coming out. Yep, Randall is coming out. So with this unit, it's definitely going to be a lot more on their perimeter creators. I mean, it's already been that way. They haven't really used Randall much, but especially in this unit, they're going to need to get in on these guards. I like to see a lot from RJ Barrett kind of coming in. He only had that one possession where he really attacked anything, and he kind of got trapped. So hopefully you can see a little bit there as Rose comes off this double screen. Ooh, got the corner. Ooh, and just didn't get a good finish there. Not a great animation. See Kuminga, the nicknamed man himself. If you know, you know. I'm not gonna say it. Okay, that's a mismatch down low. And unlike Cat in game one, Jonas can capitalize on his matchup. So far this game has not gone exactly as I would have predicted it. I kind of agreed with Shams in the beginning. I was just like, I kind of thought New York underperformed in that sim. I really thought that they are a decent playoff threat in the East. And I just thought they kind of just had a bad break in whatever that sim was. But so thus far this game, they've really struggled out the gate. But there's still plenty of time as Valanciunas goes to work on Cantor, gets the edge, and that's the layup. But this Raptors team is very deep. I mean, they go 9 deep before they even start worrying about drop off, which is, it kind of speaks to that they don't have a stud. Van Vliet's their best guy, and he's barely had the ball. He just got fouled at one time. So it kind of just speaks to that they've got like 9 dudes who can play all at that level before they start dropping off. So it really speaks a lot to how well balanced the team is. I think it could serve them very well. I think that's why they do so well in these sims. As Boucher comes in, Shake Milton is in. I think that's Anunoby still at the top, and then Gary Trent Jr. steps in. Um, Gary Trent's going to play. I mean, it seems like he's going to be more of a spot up guy for them almost. Not necessarily going to need to be much of a creator. So Shake's going to take this and good drop off. That's two passes to the roll man now from the Raptors, and they've worked both times. So it's just a kind of interesting to keep an eye on as these sims go on. Is if how these teams are going to handle the pick and roll and how they're going to manipulate it on defense and on offense. Last game we saw. Oh, Mika. Mika says hi. Hi, Mika. Do you want to talk for a second? You've been squeaking up over there. My co-host Mika for this game, and now they saw something outside. Come here, ladies. Hey, come here. Hi, guys. Come here. They were just too excited. They had to speak up and speak their mind on this game as they're very big Knicks fans. You know, they aren't happy with the way the team's performing, and they just had to let it be known, don't you guys? Oh yes. Woo-woo. I'll have to post a picture in the chat after this game since they're so active during this one. All right, so we're back on it. Valanciunas is still shooting free throws, so I didn't miss too much there. But yeah, it's kind of interesting because the Knicks last year too struggled in this half court setting at times, and it definitely seems like they're just struggling to get really good looks. I like this mellow post up here. Yeah, there you go. That's a good look, especially on Shake there. That's just a size mismatch. That's easy money all day. He's been doing that for forever. I'm going to take that away if she keeps going at it. But Shake Milton for three. So just inside out game there. That's just kind of slacking on defense there from New York. Not very characteristic of them throughout how it's been since Tibbs has gotten here. But another good look for Melo down low if they can get it to him. We're going to let Cantor be the ball handler on the pick and roll. That's an interesting decision for sure. Quickly out top. Good shot. Ooh, just didn't get to go. Valanciunas is board. Kicks it up to Trent. Oh, yeah, go right by him. That's just like he must have acrobat. That's a that's a hell of a make there from that animation. But yeah, we've got another game that's just not going very well for one team and pretty damn well for another. It'll be interesting to see as Kevin Love gets the fadeaway to go with 2 seconds left. That's a nice shot to kind of close out their quarter. It definitely seems like New York is playing much better than the Timberwolves were in our first game. They've gotten some shots to fall, they've gotten some looks. It's defensively they've struggled, which is not something you would expect for a Knicks team that was one of the best defensive teams in the league last year. Really, that got them to the playoffs where it did. It just was their offense that let them down, and their offense has been fine for the most part. It's just you can't let them score 22 points a quarter. 6-minute quarters, 22 in full quarters, fine. Again, this first quarter is going to go slow in the animation here. That's right, we got to talk to RJ Barrett now. Looks like they're going to run similar lineup. Toppin's in, it looks like. Randall's in as well. RJ stays in. That's a good drive from Quickly. It gets the and one to kind of start us off here. That's a nice change of momentum here. That fadeaway from Kevin Love and then the and one here to start us off this quarter. That's the kind of thing I kept waiting from Minnesota. Is just this kind of run to help close that lead and give you some confidence that they can jump back in this game. With Jonas on the bench, a guy who was pretty tough to score on and scored on them pretty much. Or pretty well, I mean. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the Raptors do to adjust, like how long they can afford to have Jonas on the bench. And Anunoby at the 4 is pretty interesting too. Especially with the size of New York, it's kind of a weird choice to me. I guess no, that they've brought Toppin at the 4. Yeah, I don't know if I would have done that, but CPU. Kuminga out top. Goes in for the drive. And that's just a great defense by Elby. You got to get that rebound. And Randall comes in and closes in the defense. That's a great rotation. That's New York Knicks basketball right there. Quickly drives low and one. Oh, doesn't get it to roll. But this has been exactly a perfect start to the quarter for the New York Knicks. Couldn't ask for it to be much better. I'd expect some sort of substitution or timeout from Toronto to kind of help stop this run. And it doesn't look like they have any substitutions going. So Nick Nurse is just kind of letting it ride. Looks like Sengun's coming in. Is that who that is? I don't recognize him in 2K, and they also don't make him look 100% accurate. No, it's who is that? Sengun at the 3? Okay. All right, 2K. We're playing Sengun at the 3. They're going. So they're matching Toronto's going big with going very small. Or no, Toronto's going small with going very big. That's kind of an interesting choice. But if they can survive defensively on the perimeter, I like it. Because it's not like Randall's a bad shooter. I mean, I don't think that Toppin's a good shooter, but yeah, good defense there. RJ Barrett. Oh, you don't let him go in front of you. Quickly outside into Barrett. Barrett's just passing up too much right now. He's got to attack on this here. Toppin out top. Kicks it over to Randall. 3-pointer, green. And just like that, we went from a 10-point ball game to a 2-point ball game in a minute. This is what I waited for last game. Very exciting run from New York. They really grasped this game back when it looked like Toronto might just run away with it. Yeah, that's a good drive by Kuminga, really attacking the athleticism mismatch on the edge perimeter. So it's a good possession to kind of help stop the run, but we got to get these free throws and just got to get a stop. I mean, that was what kept them going in the first quarter. So. As we see, the Raptors did make a substitution. I was looking down. I got a message, so I didn't see the subs. But it looks like Devontae Graham's in. And Van Fleet is also in, looks like. And quickly gets the straight line drive, but what a block by, is that Anunoby? I think it is it not? Is he running the 5? No, he's running the 4. There's Boucher over there. Yeah, that was a great block by Anunoby. That wipes out another big layup there by Quickly that would have kind of kept their feet to the fire there after a good offensive possession. But the Knicks are right back here on offense, hoping to keep the run going. Randall on a mismatch here. Good move, up and under. Cuts the lead down to 2. Brandon Clark is coming in. Valanciunas just chilling over there. Relaxed as can be. He's not worried at all. What a Graham out there. The MVP of the first quarter for him. And he gets, is that 9? I think that's 9 points for him. He's had quite the game 1 for the Toronto Raptors, that's for damn sure. See if Derrick Rose can answer here in the pick and roll. Yeah, 3-pointer. Oh, he didn't take it. He had the look he wanted, just it wasn't that time. Derrick Rose mid-range jumper, good. Just like that, we're back to 2 again. Derrick Rose and Devontae Graham just dueling right now. Valanciunas is coming in too. And Graham again. Wow. Somebody stop that man. Well, what a steal by Kaminga. Gets the fast break going, kick it up. He let it go. Rookie. Devontae Graham. Yeah, but it's probably go and reset it there and wait. Oh, yeah, that's a quite the shot to take for sure. In traffic there, but Toppin on the fast break here. Sets it up, drives in. Wow, that's a tough take, but it's a tough make. And now the shooting percentages have evened out, which is a big part of why the Knicks kind of got back in this game. 28-26. I mean, a real inverse of the first quarter for sure. It felt like the Raptors were in control of that whole first quarter. The Knicks just got some good looks, but didn't really take control of the game. And right there at the last possession of the first quarter on through the second quarter, they've taken control of this game and gotten a lot of really good looks. See if the Raptors off the timeout here can get themselves a good look and get this game kind of back in their control. Hey, hey, step away for a second because she's barking like she wants to go outside. Lots of cameo appearances from my dogs today as they're still barking outside. My younger one, Mika, she likes to bark at things. It's kind of her thing. She watches outside and sees a squirrel or something and bark at him, or a bird or something. It's kind of her thing. Oh, my neighbor's outside too, so that's fun. Sorry, I had to step away there for a second. My dog is losing her mind at my neighbor, who she sees every day. Toronto is up 30-28. Devontae Graham's had it at top, minute to go in the first half. This game has been very much more entertaining, which is kind of what we expected going in. Not in the way we expected, of course, but Brandon Clark for three. Valanciunas with the rebound. That you can't have those. You got him into a tough shot, deep three contested, and you give Valanciunas the rebound. Quickly has been out here a lot from the CG Super, and he greens it anyway. He's just an Iron Man, he'll just keep playing. But they've cut the deficit to one. I think they should hold for a shot here from the Raptors, but no, they get the easy layup, and they're going to go ahead and take it. Can't argue with that. So 34-31, the Knicks are driving down. Probably should hold for that last one. Can clear out for Derrick Rose here. Looks like they're setting up a double pick and roll here at the top. Oh, nope. Quickly again, wide open for three. No, got to him late. Ooh. So there we have it. At the end of the first half, Toronto 34, New York 31. A very, very competitive game. It's just kind of not necessarily been back and forth. I think Toronto's held the lead the whole time, but it's definitely felt more back and forth here in that second quarter. Seeing New York climb back. It'd be very interesting to see if they can keep it up, what they did in the second quarter, or if this game's going to kind of yo-yo back and forth, shooting the exact same percentage, but the rebounds are killing New York. You saw it on that deep three. Valanciunas got that rebound. They've got to rebound better if they're going to stick in this game. They're going to need to rebound better. Oh, this guy on the bike again. Is he going to do some cool shit? Ooh, that's cool. This guy's killing him. And New York will start with the ball again. The Raptors will start with it in the fourth quarter. And we are off for the second half. Starting with RJ Barrett up top. I like this. Get him involved a little bit more, even if it's just starting up the offense and facilitating things. Nice floater there from Rose. They cut the deficit to one again. Let's see if the Knicks can take the lead here. I don't think they've had the lead this whole game. I think they're just tied at the beginning, and since then it's been all Raptors. Because they just couldn't close it quite enough in that second quarter. Well, I like that look from Valanciunas down low, but he gave up on it too quick. Got the switch again. Floater from VanVleet, and he got it to keep the lead at a comfortable 3 points. Got Sengun up top. Ooh, missed Randall on the cut there. Rose tacking down low. And wow, what a swipe from Graham. Graham, while having a very good offensive game, has had an awesome defense game. As Sengun with 2 blocks back to back, just a great defensive play or plays really by Sengun there. As Valanciunas, that's just so New York had great rotations there, got back on the fast break and did it, but then they left their guy on an island against Valanciunas, who's now got 12 points. You really need to double that, and that's just careless turnover there. Hedges on the screen and you get the steal. That's just too much, and that was a terrible take by Van Fleet too. You 3-on-1 and you take a contested mid-range jump shot. This game is devolved rather quickly into some pretty bad possessions. That's a good shot for Mel. I'd have that one every day, but just some sloppy possessions really by both teams, the steal and the bad shot. And as we will send Valanciunas to the line, I don't like that animation from 2K. It kind of like brings it back and gets fouled. Like you just finish that in front, get the layup. But hey, it's 2K. What are you gonna do? Turnovers haven't been a very big part of the game. I don't think has the Raptors had a turnover. They probably have one, but I don't know if the Knicks scored off of it. And then the Knicks have a couple pretty bad turnovers. Kuminga steal and then that Valanciunas steal, but both of them the Raptors weren't able to capitalize off of. So what good did it do, really? Oh, there you go. Good drive from Rose there as he draws the foul. Definitely thought we were about to see a highlight from Rose there, but he drew the foul instead. So, what are you gonna do? Toppin with a big save right there. He saved that defense possession because that was a great drive from Graham. Just couldn't get past the last one. As Melo drives in, a great take there, and just can't get it to go. That was a very rough possession for the offense there, but Toppin with a great defense play on the one end, and then just the miss from Melo on the other resulted in 0 points with a great kick to Valanciunas from Devontae Graham, and that has been Graham this entire game. As for as awesome as Valanciunas has been, Graham has been equally as awesome. Not the guard for the Raptors that I would expected to have been that dominant presence for them, but it really has been. Graham has been everywhere, scoring, passing. I mean, he is, and even on defense, he has been awesome. As you see the Sengun block again, chef's kiss. But yeah, Valanciunas right now. So we're playing half the time, obviously. So like 16 points. He's got 32 already. I don't know what his career high is, but I don't think it's much higher than 32. So we are in for just a career performance from Valanciunas. There's a great cut by Rose. Who found him there? Was that RJ up top? I wasn't paying attention who had the ball. So I was looking at Valanciunas' awesome beard. I think it was RJ. As you see Van Fleet hoping to get it going a bit. He just hasn't been involved too much in the offense this far this game. As Valanciunas is up top on Love, kicks it out to Kuminga on the screen with Boucher. I'd like to see it pick and pop, yeah. And Kuminga just takes it, but Toppin again, just all over the place on defense. It hasn't had much of an impact on offense yet, but defensively he's been everywhere. He's got a steal, that block, a couple of rebounds, some good positioning as well. Um, I think he saved them. And like that possession there, and then that possession against Graham at least. He's kind of saved this from being another wide open quarter like the first one was. It's Melo on the defense against Kuminga, great defense, and they get the board. Another big difference from them in Minnesota is they're getting the rebounds when they do play good defense, and Minnesota was not. And they're actually playing defense too, which does help. Uh, quickly with wide open three, can't get it to go. Valanciunas steals that rebound from Toppin there, and kick out to Kuminga for three, and he can't get it to go either. Kuminga's not the strongest shooter, so you like seeing him take those, but he's probably about a year away from those being automatic for him. That's probably the step up he'd need to take for this Raptors team. Kind of as we talked about with Anunoby needing to take a step up as a scorer too. Gary Trent on Love, that's not what you want as a Raptors defense. But as you can see the shooting splits, I mean they're shooting pretty even, but it's the rebounds for the Raptors that have been the difference. They each got more shots up. Kuminga on the drive, and that's a tough foul call. That's a very tough foul call. But he did have him squared up, and he reached instead of just taking the what he was given there was a pretty easy stop because he was in front of him, but he gave him no free throws here, so. And Kuminga hits both of them to extend the lead to 5. Yep, not a free throw miss so far this game. Just another good free throw shooting game. Rose on the drive, and I don't know how that didn't get blocked, but that's a tough take. Milton leading the charge here, kicks it up to Kuminga, going up for the layup on Toppin. Well, Toppin's the easy layup, but he couldn't avoid the foul call, unfortunately. So Kuminga's going back to the line again for the second straight possession. Kuminga's 0 for 5 from the field, but he's hit his free throws, so he's contributed to the game in that way at least. Yeah, he was due for a miss though. 5 or 6 though. You'll definitely take that as Kuminga. He just hasn't gotten a shot to fall from the field. And his Rose at the easy line drive and passes it up the top, and that's a tough break. Not taking that, and then he gets loose ball foul too. Do we shoot free throws in the NBA for loose ball fouls? I don't know if they do. They're in the bonus if they are. Yeah, they don't. That was my first thought though, because like in high school, you shoot the free throws, and I was like, oh no, that's a double, triple bad, but it wasn't that bad. As you get Kuminga in the post now, this is kind of an interesting matchup here on Sengun. Sengun just ate him up there. That was not the best move from Kuminga. I don't know if I love giving him post touches like that. I don't think that's his strength. We got a bit of a nice matchup here for Sengun. See if he can capitalize. He cannot. Kicks out to Rose, who's just exhausted and gets trapped. Cantor on the wing. Barrett makes something happen here at the end of the shot clock. Hits the fader. Good shot. This is the kind of aggressiveness I've been expecting from Barrett more throughout the game, but here in that possession, steps up with confidence, hits the contested jump shot. You like to see that. Making the pick and roll. Oh, on Cantor. You like this matchup out top. You really do. And you drive past and jump shot. Can't get it to go. One of those you really should have taken all the way to the rim, I would say. But again, RJ Barrett right here. Good. Brandon Clark. That's a good matchup for him. And Derrick Rose hits a nice, tough pull-up jump shot. So again, here at the end of this quarter here, they have closed the gap. It was at one point a 7-point lead here in this third quarter, and they were able to close it and make this a more interesting game. It's Kuminga again in the post. I think that the Kuminga in the post has been really what's holding the Raptors back in this game. They keep feeding him, and he's 0 for 6, no, 0 for 8. 0 for 8. Yeah, he's over, whatever he is. And they're going away from the stuff that was working for them in the beginning of the game. Assist of the game, out to Milton. Okay. Good on you. So we have a 2-point game heading to the fourth quarter. The Knicks have yet to take grasp of this game and take the lead. Let's see if they can right the ship here. And Gary Trent with a tough take over Sengun. And that's just another. They keep testing Sengun, the rookie. They keep testing him and seeing if he's going to hold up on defense, and he 100% is. As you see him try to take it on the offensive end, and it's not your ideal offensive possession from Sengun. Obviously, he turned over, but I don't like him attacking from the top like that. I like him attacking from 14 feet out or so. It's a good take by Trent. Just doesn't get to fall. Oh, what a block there. Who was that? Is that Anunoby? Three? It is Anunoby. That's his second big block. So not as much on offense, kind of similar to top and just great defensive impact. RJ Barrett up top gets the switch on to Clark. You like this matchup. He can take advantage here from three. I don't like the fade, but doesn't get go. Down chooses another rebound. He's got to be getting close to 20 boards. He wants to double it. Another dominant game from a big man here. And Van Fleet just forgets where he's located on the court. We have the Donovan Mitchell backcourt, and now we have the Van Fleet just stepping out of bounds. So that's fun. You gotta have one of those in this game. And the Knicks are really leaning on Derrick Rose right now. Really leaning on him. But, and that's the thing, he's a former MVP. You can lean on him. And he's got 40. Ooh, a 40 bomb from Rose. He's really stepped up in this game for them. He's the difference. It hasn't been Randall. It hasn't been Barrett. It's just been Derrick Rose. As Van Fleet finally gets a good offensive possession. They did just tie it, which is for the first time, I think, since the tip. But then quickly Toronto's able to answer, and they're just doubling him on the top. They don't care. They're doubling Derrick Rose, and I respect it. I really do. Yep, just go ahead and double him too. Yep, just double. Sengun from three doesn't get it, but we get an offensive rebound, and that's something we haven't seen from New York all game. It's just not getting those rebounds, offensive or allowing offensive rebounds. But this time they were able to get one, capitalize on it. They tie the game back up. And out top, Melo is really pressuring Graham, and Graham gets the straight line drive and gets the layup. Take Graham with 13, only missed the one shot. It'll be interesting to see if the Knicks try to give Rose a little bit of a breather here, as he's just been running this offense since the basically second quarter, really. And he hits the mid-range jump shot. Sengun with the offensive board, and again the Knicks on the offensive glass, coming up huge here in this fourth quarter. Something the Raptors definitely need to tighten up if they want to come out of this game with a win. Van Fleet around the screens, allowed to cross him back up. Anunoby to Graham, out to Van Fleet. Yeah, time to create floater. Nice floater as they continue to keep them they're not at arm's length. They're keeping them at foot away. They're just running a race here and they keep gaining on them, but they'll get a step here and there. Randall with a nice screen for him as he goes up, but what a block by Clark. Jeez, and Anunoby going up, kick that down to Clark. Whatever. And one though. Hey, he gets around him. I didn't like the way he got to it, but he got to it and gets the and one. That's a very, very big swing for Toronto. Kind of puts them in the driver's seat of this game as they get the nice look from Van Vliet. They get the block from Clark on the other end, and then the and one from Anunoby here. See if he can cap it off to get a 5-point lead going into him. And he hits it. So we have a 5-point game here with 2:43 to go. Does Derrick Rose have enough points left in him to carry him to victory here? Or can we get some contribution from RJ Barrett? Carmelo from three? Got it. Somebody needed to step up, and it's going to be Melo this time. Cut the deficit back to two, negating the Anunoby and one to get back here on offense. They are really pestering Graham, which for good reason, as Graham gets the layup and he gets it to go. He gets a 4-point lead. This game is back and forth, just scoring the ball right now. Not as much defense as I expected at this point, but there's still a lot of basketball to be played. 2 minutes now. Rose out top, gets the lane, and doesn't get it to go. Valanciunas the rebound. So you got to keep it up if you're Toronto. You've gotten nice possessions, being aggressive. Don't stop now. Don't give it to him. As he gets the lane and he gets the layup. They extend the lead to 6. Van Fleet's had himself a nice game, 24 once you double it. I don't know if I need to keep saying once you double it, but I'm going to keep saying it. And Valanciunas cleaning up the boards now. They really kind of locked this game up at this point. It would take a miraculous comeback at this point as Valanciunas gets the easy layup over there on Sengun. He just wasn't ready to jump. And this game does feel like a wrap here at 8 points with a minute 20 to go. See if Derrick Rose can help right the ship here. Maybe another 3 from Melo in the corner. See Rose is probing, gets the lane. That's a tough layup, and Valanciunas the rebound again. But wow, what a game. I mean, it's been back and forth. Hasn't been a lead change, which is weird for a game that feels so back and forth like this. But it has been. It looked like it was going to be the score at the beginning, 10, 15-point game maybe. But the way they got there, it's just at the end here, the Raptors really closed out well. As Derrick Rose hits a jump shot, gets him up to 44 points on the game. But you can't blame Rose for how this game went. I mean, it's really where has been RJ Barrett? Where's Randall? Those two not showing up for them. But we had Valanciunas, we had Van Fleet, we had Graham show up for the Raptors. It was really a team effort from the Raptors, but it was really those three stepping up, giving their all on that offensive end. Graham might have ended up with 40 as another steal. Just a pretty good defensive game for him, despite his matchup having scored as much as he did. And Van Fleet scores probably their last bucket of the game with 24 seconds left. This game is not as far apart as the score would seem to indicate, but this last 2 minutes has been kind of disastrous here for the Knicks. Rose has been running the offense, but he's just been tired. As Randall gets a rebound and a dunk, kind of too little too late, but that's going to do it for us here. I'd be surprised if the CPU Raptors try to rub some salt in the wound here and put up a shot. But like I said, a very entertaining game. I mean, good offenses, a lot of exciting defensive plays. You like what you see out of Sengun on defense, especially. Toppin again on defense, especially. And Obi really stepped up on offense there at the end, kind of when they needed some buckets, he gave them to him. Devontae Graham, very impressive game from him. Kind of a signing that was a little bit judged when they made this. Why are you paying this much to him? But he really stepped up. Valanciunas had a great game. Probably one of his best in his career. As we look at the box score here, 18 and 12. So that's a 36, 24. I mean, missed one shot. That's quite the game. Devontae Graham, 34 points, 10 assists, 28 and 6 assists. I mean, just a hell of a game. I mean, the only person on the entire Raptors who struggled was Kuminga. 8 shots that didn't make a single one. He made his free throws, which is good, but that's the only real struggle they had. But then you look on the Knicks, it's just Derrick Rose. I mean, 44 points on 40 shots. I mean, it was him. And then Julius Randle, he had an alright game. I mean, 18 and 10. 4-6 shooting. It's just he only took 6 shots. You need to take more than those 6 shots. 16 from quickly is good. He hit a 3. Would like to see a couple more fall. Melo, he did what you'd ask him to. He got 10 points, shot out 8 times. Maybe like a little more to him. Love, but RJ Barrett only taking 3 shots is not enough. They needed more out of RJ Barrett in this game, and they didn't get it. But in Sengun though, 18 minutes, 8 boards, 2 steals, 4 blocks. I mean, that's That's what he's here for, and he played well. Um, Interesting, Kevin Love in his 9 minutes is plus minus of 0. Quickly in his 9, plus minus 5. Toppin was one of the highest impact players in the game, played really well on defense, and it showed on plus minus 2. So that's going to do it for us here. I've been Steel Badker, and I will catch you all on the next one.